Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I have the kitty cam today.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Flickerverse, and welcome back, Camille.
It's been forever. I don't even know when was the last time I was.
Feels like yesterday, but it was probably last year
Months ago.
sometime.
Yeah, last year for sure, but I'm not sure. Like, yeah, maybe in December, something like that. I don't remember. I honestly do not know. I have no notion of time these days,
Yeah.
these months, these years.
No.
But I'm happy to be there. It's been forever. So
Yeah, how are you doing? What have you been up to?
I'm doing okay. Life has been busy. I'm excited for the third season of the Wheel of Time to come out. You had you got to watch it in London, right?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. I missed that one, but I was very happy to see it with a bunch of people on Saturday. So that was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I got to talk to Rafe.
Yes, we're gonna get to that. But yeah, for those of you tuning in, we will be discussing everything episode 301 today. So if you haven't watched it yet, be warned. Yeah.
Get out of here.
You don't have to, but we're going to talk about the episode. So if you don't want spoilers, then, you know. But London was great, and it was fun seeing it, the episode a second time on Thursday and getting to see it with Aggie.
So, was there a lot of people in London, or was it a small theater? I couldn't tell from the.
Apparently there were 2 theaters on Leicester Square, so we were in the smaller one. But I mean, for me, like, I felt it was still a big theater, but you know, I'm mostly small town Swede, so but I don't know, maybe 150 or so fans. Yeah. I've heard numbers between 100 and 200. So I don't know.
No wonder the tickets got out very quickly.
Yeah, and then there were like media people and lots of cast and crew. So
yeah, I saw that. So sounded fun.
Just laughing at you. Just a small town Swede. Will there be book spoilers? What book? I mean, we are usually full book spoilers, but we're mostly going to talk about
book 4, book 5, probably something like that.
Yeah, there's sometimes people in chat that haven't read all of the books yet, so we'll try to keep it around like season 3 and maybe just past. I'm gonna full of spoilers. There we go. Spoiler banner. Right. Okay, but before we jump into all the episode 301 discussion, we'll do our usual thing and go through some Instagram posts and drops that have been coming out this week. I mean, they're just throwing.
There's so many things. There's a bunch of things that I actually haven't watched because I've reached a point I don't want to see new scenes, and I'm avoiding reviews, for example, because I want to be fresh into the episode and not be influenced by anyone's positive or negative opinion. So there's a lot these days.
Yeah, same here. I actually accidentally saw some pictures from later on in the season. I was like, no, I don't.
No, don't show me.
Yeah, so no, I haven't watched any reviews or anything yet because I want to just jump into it.
I know, for example, there's a clip with Elida that came out or something like that. And
oh no, I have not seen that. And I think there was a clip
hiding her for like months. I don't want to meet her until I meet her in the episode anymore.
No, no.
The introduction needed to be done months ago. Now it's too late.
Okay. Blue Sky is quickly becoming a priest. Okay, so I mean, from tomorrow morning, or this, I'm gonna stay off social media until I've seen episodes 2 and 3 at least. I know there's been clips with Avi and Moraine and like the Gawain Galad. No.
I haven't watched the Gawain Galad one. Yeah. So.
It just clicked for me that we're getting the first 3 episodes of season 3 tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Aginor has awoken.
In 12 hours and 20 minutes.
I thought you were going to change your name to Agidian or something. Agidian.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Agidian.
I forgot about that.
Because of the bit of a merge between the characters, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, some... okay, it's like... about 8 a.m. tomorrow for Central Europeans.
7 a.m. in the UK, which means I should have the time to watch the episode 2 and episode 3 before my 9 a.m. meeting.
That's going to be after work for us, but trying to get home early. That's our goal. And then catch all the not trailer guide on, but season.
Season 1 Gaiden. I don't remember the name. I know I'm on the first hour of Malkier Talks, so I need to have watched the episode before that.
Yeah, I'm on. I'll be on. Was it? Yes, I think it's. Was it 7 or 8 UK time? I need to check that. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. I forgot to push the present button. Let's see. Yeah, there's been some draw. We have this out. Oh shit, I'm not sharing. Sorry.
Moraine is totally chill.
We're not seeing anything.
Marilyn. I actually don't think that Nynaeve is that angry.
My hot
She's
take.
right.
My hot take is that Bella is the creator.
Oh, hey, Roslyn. What's your Wheel of Time hot take?
Moraine is totally chill.
His show needs more Tom Marilyn. I actually don't think that Nynaeve is that angry.
My hot take. My hot take is that Bella.
We lost the.
Oh shit. That was the same. I'm clicking on. That was the same video once again. But yeah, hot takes.
Hot takes. I mean, Bella is indeed the creator. Nynaeve indeed isn't that angry, at least in the show.
No. She could be angrier.
No, that's fine.
We do need more Tom.
Do we?
We do, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, in the show Tom, I think I've got hope for show Tom.
I'm excited to see him in Tenchiko with the rest of the group there. I think it's going to be fun.
The musical episode.
One thing that I'm not sure if you've noticed on this video, but like the video of Rosamund, she's on a table that looks like kind of the one of the symbol, the Great Serpent thing. And we see there's another Instagram video, I think, that used that table too. And so I know on the Discord there were some people wondering what that could be and whether there was going to be some, who knows, post-show kind of thing. I don't know whether you watched that for Rings of Power. There was this post-show thing with Felicia Day with a Q&A with different people. I'm curious whether they're going, maybe they'll do something like that for the Wheel of Time. Who knows? Because there's definitely an interesting table that came back a few times in different video with different person around it, and like, what are they planning?
Nice. And then says, what series dropped a lot of new cast members in 19? Yeah, saw that. We'll get back to that as well. Okay, we have another little clip with some cast reacting to fan comments. And it's both with our dear Kevin Angus and with Jen, formerly from the White Tower podcast, Generation Next. So we're just gonna.
At Listener Bell says Suwan is such an Aes Sedai. Leandrin told the truth, and Suwan was like, "That's crazy. Did you guys know she can lie?"
You are a dark friend.
This could be a big fan of Leandrin feeling sorry for their girl. I think Leandrin can take care of herself. Have you seen what she does to my love?
So we have a tweet here from Kevin at Grade Kangas Beef, and it says, "You can love a character and still admit when they're wrong. I love Elaine Tricand, but I acknowledge her flaws. Brackets, none. She's perfect. I can hold her accountable for her wrongdoings. Brackets, she's done nothing wrong in her life. And call her out on her actions. Brackets, which are always right." Hard agree, Kevin. I think she's flawed and she has wrongdoings, but also, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Okay, so here I have a scene. It's me in a fit of rage, and Nicola has said, "How about you give my man both honey cakes and a fucking break?" Which I relate to quite a lot.
At Ms. Moraine, replying to at Awful Fishwife, says, "Moraine bought a one-way ticket to Yearnington, where she's staying at the Yearnville Hotel." I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't know that Moraine yearns so openly. Her heart is more concealed. I think she yearns, but she yearns privately. If I have shown open yearning, then I should frankly be fired.
Next one, we have a picture of our beautiful Liana. "Your serving face, your Amrylin is getting attacked. Your serving face." I cannot disagree with that. Beautiful.
I don't know what that means.
Serving face, face card.
What?
Absolutely stunning and amazing.
Stunning? Oh, serving face, as in that's a good face.
Yeah, you're serving a good face.
I'm going to use it in the Q&A.
Yeah.
And then Jen has said, "I can officially report Perrin is still hot in season 3. Thank you, Jen.
He's so embarrassed.
Yeah, it's good. People are checking in on that. Got 40 likes as well, which is, that's
great.
That's what.
So 40 people plus Jen.
Yeah, 41. If that's what the forums are saying.
Amazing.
So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Do we know if Kevin is still alive, or did he die of a heart attack?
He's been
okay.
On what skies? Blue Sky and Instagram. So yeah, but I think he's been tagged like a million times. So
yeah.
But he's memeing to keep himself sane, I guess. Rosamund doesn't know she's been serving face for ages.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna share another screen instead. But yeah, there's been some really fun drops. Just we're not gonna show everything here. You'll just have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, so it's
too much and not enough.
Let's see. Here we go. But we have the a poster with the dates, in case anyone could forget, like when the episodes drop.
Yeah, as if we could. That doesn't sound realistic at all.
I'll keep you updated, Aggie. I promise.
Perfect. Yeah.
And we have some new
posters. They look so good.
Moggy.
Yeah.
I love what they've been doing with the posters this season. I think it's really its own style. I love it.
Yeah. Some of them I think are better than others. I think the LAN one looked a bit but then like the Two Rivers ones, they were great. So
yeah,
these are pretty good. Yeah, the matte one is now my screensaver.
Oh yeah, the matte is a good one.
Oh, I don't think I brought that here. But yeah, also Foxhead medallion and everything. I'm just hoping that's the redstone door frame in the background.
Here's to hoping.
Let's see. And yes, as Dana pointed out, there were what series dropped all the like new IMDb posts with characters for season 3, and we also have a Senbui.
Yeah.
That's such a good look for Senbui. Love it.
Yeah, I mean we've seen him perform with the Prague Shakespeare Company, so I'm pretty excited.
Okay.
To be. That's why I want to just highlight Gregory Gudgeon for a bit, because he's fantastic on stage. We saw him in both Romeo and Juliet and in We Are Hamlet, and he can definitely perform. So
okay.
Yeah, I hope we get a fun Senbui. Oh, I think we have someone else here. Hello, Goatbrother on the road.
I just want to hop on and wish you all a happy season 3 Eve. Sorry I can't be with you because I'm going to a gig. Have fun tonight. Have fun tomorrow. We'll see each other after the shenanigans. Have a great time.
Awesome.
Have a great gig.
Yeah. Love you all.
You're
Bye.
always with us. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. A wild goat brother appeared.
Wild Goatbrother. Perfect. Right. Where are you leaving, Goatbrother? Or no, I think you're hanging around backstage. Let's see. I lost track of what I was saying. That was
Gregory Gudgeon.
Senbui. And there was a lot of other cast as well. If you guys check out what series posts, we got confirmation. I don't think we had confirmation for Lord Luke before.
I think there was suspicion, not confirmation, but like things from what series.
Yeah.
But it's good that we get those info. I'm trying not to look too deep into the casting stuff, because yes, that's another thing that would spoil. That does spoil actually a lot of things. Because
it was mostly, I think, like Two Rivers.
There's a lot of Aiel, there's a lot of Andor people. Some Aes Sedai, some Two Rivers. And also some people are making, like, IMDb is never complete, especially
No.
like before the show comes out, and there's some like theory being or like panicky situation being made because why is this character appearing in this episode and not this episode, and it's like it's too early to say. Just
like Alexander Karim is still missing from IMDb.
Yeah,
only notes in the show. It
we
says,
know
like,
he's there,
and it's like Tom only for one episode, and I don't think he's only going to be in one. So it's not the final.
Yeah, it's not
the final cast list.
Yeah.
And of course we have some Sharon posts, design details from Galina.
Yeah.
Galina.
We're getting a lot of dark friendery going around.
Yeah.
I still matter show. The coming up in season 3 after the 301. Yeah, I didn't need to see more.
Oh yeah, they always do that. But honestly, I've seen it once, and as a result, I do not remember it. I wasn't paying much attention to it anymore because I was. Yeah. Anyway.
At that point, it had been going on for like 2 hours, so I was already out of it. I don't remember the happening in season 3 things.
We got this stunning Elida at least.
Yeah.
Will we get Elida in episode 2?
I hope so.
Yeah. At least in episode 3. I mean, we should be seeing her tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see her tomorrow.
Look who's in chat. Hello, Tree.
Hi, Tree.
Hi.
We miss you. One of our favorite Canadians. Our favorite Niagara tour guide. I lost track of what I was saying, but yes, I mean we should see Elida pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think we're getting the Gawain Galad Matt thing in episode 2. It feels like it.
It feels like it, yeah. Considering when the scene dropped, I'm expecting episode 2. Looks like Rand is in a box.
Yeah, or on a box, more like it. I think he would have a hard time fitting in that box.
Yeah, that's maybe complicated.
I mean,
maybe with
everything possible with enough willpower, Vaseline, and violence.
That's what
I understood violence instead of violence, and I was like, why do you need a violin for that?
No.
What else was it? Oh, just some hens, check-ins, Perry Hen and Hen Bowie. We will soon see Zen Bowie and Hen Bowie.
That's an violence.
And Juliet. It was fun that Juliet posted the other day. It's like, I can finally say that I'm in season 3. It's like, I mean, we know, everyone knows, but finally official, I guess. Vaseline and violence.
Yeah, no. I as a violin player, I just tried. No, I disagree with that. That's it.
Okay, some last things. We have some. I mean, there's been lots and lots and lots of interviews coming out lately. Goatbrother and some other people have done like playlists on YouTube for all the video recorded interviews, so you can go search for those. But we have 2 interviews with Taylor actually talking about the Wheel of Time. This is Google translated from Spanish into Swedish.
Okay.
But that's from
there was a
Folie magazine.
Yeah.
It was a really sweet interview with Taylor. I might have posted the link in our Discord. No, I didn't post this one, but it's on. Reposted on Blue Sky, and it's up on Taylor's.
I saw that going around
as well.
I should read it.
Yeah, it was both Wheel of Time stuff and just like personal stuff as well. I'm talking about like being an introvert but still like acting and how that's working for him.
How do you do that as an introvert? That's something that's always fascinates me.
Apparently he's terrible at drawing. He's talking about when they were in Japan and had to do calligraphy. And apparently the sensei said, it's good that you tried. You made an effort.
Good for you.
Yeah.
An effort was made.
I'm just trying to remember what he said about Wheel of Time in this interview, because I'm using it with the other one that he did. They finished the interview by saying that toxic masculinity is dangerous and destructive. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds good.
But yeah, you can go and read it. And the second interview that he did, you can watch on YouTube. It was with the Big Gay Energy Pod.
Yeah, I watched it a few days ago. It was a really cute interview.
Talked some fun stuff about both the Wheel of Time and like queer representation in the Wheel of Time, and also this like about him as an actor, his take on Maxim, and things like that.
I love what he was saying about at some point he was talking about Maxim, Even, and Alana, and how like Maxim really became a warder because Even was a warder, and if Even had been a baker, then Maxim would have been a baker. And I thought that was so cute.
We added that to I added that to the Flickr wheel. That what if they were the three of them
they were bakers,
or like he also said like what if they were like undercover spies in Tarvalon. So that's part of the Flickerverse now. And he also promised a big snack moment in season 3. So because they asked like, will there be like new snacks? Will you bring Alana snacks in season 3? And he was like, I promise you a big snack moment. So
yeah.
Mac is reaching levels.
I think it was in that interview they also talked about the calendar. The Maxim calendar that Malkier Talks did a year and a half ago, and the Priyanka one. And it was funny because like in the fandom, we are a lot of people to know about that calendar. I have that calendar. The Big Energy podcast, I don't think they are aware of the fandom shenanigans. So their reaction was kind of surprised. It was hilarious.
They did a calendar, for charity.
Yeah. And Taylor was like trying to explain exactly what it was, so it doesn't sound creepy. Hey, we made a calendar with picture of you.
And he also said that it was nice that people came out to watch the Prague Shakespeare shows and stuff like that. So
he mentioned that.
Yay! We're not seen as creepy stalker fans.
We're not seen as creepy stalker fans yet.
Yeah.
We are not a creepy fan base. We are a very supportive fan base. You
Yes.
get into the Wheel of Time. If you do other projects and people can see you in those projects, they're gonna try.
Absolutely. And yes, Queers of Time also interviewed Rafe. I don't know. Do we know anyone from that podcast?
I don't know.
No.
It was so random. It's yeah, I still can't really believe it. Because that happened very fast in a sense that we got the email like Tuesday a week ago and got an interview on Friday. And like right before the screening of the first episode, we had not watched the season. So we tried to ask questions that would interest us because we are a queer podcast. So it's a lot of either queer question or question related to season 3. That was kind of the 2 criteria that we had. Yeah, it's out there since this morning. Rafe was super nice, like really wholesome. Also, he loves Moraine and Svan so much. And also, I got to talk about gender in the Wheel of Time because that's something that we talked about. Like, it's something that it's a question that whenever I get to convention and do some panel about queerness and this kind of thing, the place of non-binary people and gender in general in the Wheel of Time get brought up all the time. So I had to ask the question. And I thought that it's definitely not a question that took him by surprise in a sense. That was not the first time he was thinking about it. And they've been trying to do a few things to make the gender a bit more flexible in the Wheel of Time TV shows than it is in the books. And they're still doing things to improve on that. He did mention the casting of Rebecca Root, a trans actor who's going to play an Aes Sedai. So, yeah, it was fun.
That was really cool. I'm looking forward to see more of that in the show.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's the biggest bother with the whole dichotomy that Robert Jordan created.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the bigger weakness of the books when you're trying to adapt them in 2025. It's our relationship to gender has changed so much that it's hard to go back to that binary and make it work for today. So yeah.
So I'm very glad that you asked that question and that Rafe gave a good answer without spoiling like stuff in the show.
Yeah.
But it's
that
nice
was like
hear.
When we started brainstorming about questions, that was the first question that I suggested, and that was something I wanted to ask. And we had to rephrase a lot those questions because we were trying to, when you talk about queer representation to a TV show, you also don't want to say, hey, you're not doing enough, or hey, that thing was bad, or how are you handling this sensitive topic? So we always had to rephrase so that it wouldn't look as an attack and this kind of thing. But I think we settled on good questions that led to interesting topic. Happy with
and
I
I didn't feel like you were, attacking in any way.
Yeah.
It felt like a good discussion between reasonable people.
Queer people.
Yeah.
Talking to each other. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
You should check it
So everyone go listen to that interview. You know where to find the Queers of Time. You should all be following them already.
You should already.
Yeah.
And also, like, I recently finally put the podcast on YouTube, so I know some people like watching on YouTube. So now it's also available there. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, but should we jump into some episode 301 discussions?
Yes.
So people, full spoilers. If you haven't seen the first episode, then suit yourself. I'm gonna start with Camille. What was your biggest takeaway from episode 1, or just like a thought? Well, something.
I mean, is it cliche if I mention the Avienda Elaine stuff?
No. I think many people appreciated that scene.
Was that because I've heard that there was some cheering occurring in London in the theater? Was that like that moment that made everyone cheer, or was that another moment?
I mean, that was one of the moments, I think.
Please tell me everything that made people cheer. I want to know.
I mean, it was also like just Maxim and Ivan first appearing on screen, and we know like, oh, we have seen Taylor, like it. So just seeing the characters enter, but yeah, for the first time got lots of cheering. But yeah, the Avilaine moment was definitely a cheering moment.
I just love how they like slowly put it in the episode, like because you get multiple characters talking about it. Yeah, it's one thing that made me laugh a lot is that you get a scene with Matt, Perrin, and Rand talking about girls, and then you switch to the girl, and what are they talking about? Girls again. Because they're teasing Elaine about Avienda. I'm like, yeah it's what's gender after?
It's going to be interesting to see how that whole polyamory situation develops with all of them, and how they're going to bring maybe not Min into it this season, but later on perhaps.
This season definitely not. I don't think so. But what's going to be interesting is that there's the whole relationship between Avienda and Rand in book 4 and 5 especially, is the whole thing about how Rand should be into Elaine and only think about Elaine, and Avienda feels guilty because she's starting to feel something for Rand, but Rand is for Elaine. And now it's going to be more Avienda feeling guilty because she already got with Elaine and now she's feeling something for that. So it's a different dynamic, and I think it's gonna be more interesting and less like in the book. It's a little bit weird in the sense that Elaine doesn't spend that much time with Rand.
No.
So it's like maybe instead of being Rand at the center and a bunch of line, it's maybe a different type of connection, and some connection may be stronger than others. But I still think it's going to be very interesting to put.
Yeah, and maybe because I mean, from what we've seen, Min will be in Tanchico with them, so she can develop the Elaine relationship there, perhaps. So maybe Elaine will be the.
Maybe Elaine is going to be at the center of it all, and I mean, good for her.
So it's going to be interesting to see how or what Rafe's take on that will be.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a question we wanted to ask, and we got an answer. And I mean, Rafe has been very open from the start about how he's not interested in polygamy but polyamory, and polyamorous relationships are very different. Like every relationship is different, and it's going to be interesting on what take is taking, because we're already seeing some different like some other polyamorous relationship in the show with like Alana, Maxim, and Ivan, where Ivan is kind of at the center in a way, and still Maxim and Alana do have a relationship.
And I need to thank our dear Dovey in chat because when I read the books, I was always like, no, I want it to be Rand and Min, because that's my favorite. But with the show and just like talking to Dovey in chat, getting her like take on things, I'm starting to like
I mean
less, I don't know.
polyamorous relationship, polyamory in general, there's been a lot of taboo about that for pretty much ever. And it's really by getting to know polyamorous people that you get the stick out of your ass in a way. So
thanks for pulling out the stick, Dovey.
Yeah, but it's true for everything. If you've never seen a gay people before and you have only heard what people say about gay people, then you feel weird about gay people. But it's by seeing people that you loosen up about them, and that's why I'm also very appreciative about what the show is doing for polyamorous relationship, queer relationship, also just people of different color, different ethnicity, and this kind of thing. It's why representation in TV matters.
Yeah, and I love our Wheel of Time community because there's so many different people here, and you get so many new perspectives and things that you never reflected on before, because I grew up in this little bubble that only had these kinds of people, or at least that I knew of. So
same thing. I grew up in France is especially as still some weird taboo about a lot of different things. So it's my time in San Francisco was very beneficial, apparently.
Awesome. Just laughing.
How can Dovey be so wise yet so wrong about Perrin? What are you wrong about, Dovey? What have you said about Perrin?
But speaking of Perrin, I do love his contact lenses now, and that's we have the golden eyes permanently.
Yeah.
And we also got that in the interview, one of the interviews with Marcus, talking about how different he felt actually getting real contact lenses, and how people looked at him when he's wearing them, and he's like, oh, he got into the Perrin character even more. It's I can understand that's
what Perrin feels in a way.
Yeah.
I also loved about for Perrin the discussion he has with Rand about leadership. It's starting to set up things for Perrin that I'm gonna be interesting to see, because honestly, Dovey's not that wrong about Perrin. Perrin has one great book, The Shadow Rising, and then there's not a lot of development after that, or more or less it's it takes 2 steps forward, 3 steps backward. It's very inconsistent, so I'm curious how they're gonna handle its progression overall. Yeah, I know that you and I, Aggie, discussed this a lot when we were I read the books a long time ago, and you started them 2000 and
something, 2012,
13 maybe. You started them after I read The Memory of Light, so 2014 maybe. I don't know. Because we have very different favorite characters, because you're a Perrin fan. Perrin has his moments for me that I really, really enjoy, but I got so annoyed with Perrin.
As I'm saying in the chat, we are reading The Gathering Storm with Queers of Time, and I swear to God that Perrin, we had maybe 3 or 4 POV from him, and the first POV was oh, I really don't know what to do, let me fix some cards, oh, maybe I should go find Rand. The second POV is oh, I really don't know what to do, let me fix some cards, maybe I should go into the dream world. So third POV is oh, I really don't know what to do, the dream world wasn't great. I don't remember what the decision was taken, but it felt very much, oh, I don't know what to do, let's make a decision. And I'm dude, you haven't done shit for 3 books now. It's please find something to do. And it's Yeah. I saw like my big hot take regarding him and Fail is that a lot of the fandom hate Fail, but they don't actually hate Fail, they hate Perrin's POV of Fail.
Yeah. I never had a problem with Fail. I got annoyed with Perrin. I mean, Fail had her moments as well, but...
Yeah.
But I know you love them both, Aggie.
I mean, he might be indecisive, but when he decides to do something, it's brutal.
Yeah, the whole... I mean, we don't need to talk that far into the books, but I'm looking forward to see Marcus wreak some havoc in the Two Rivers.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. And there's Fails that's gonna be there. And Loyal and Ben and Chiad. So that's something I really like in episode 1, is that they give a real nice reason as to why Ben and Chiad are following Perrin to the river, and it's because of Loyal. I never know. Yeah, that was really well said. That's something I noticed in this episode that I thought was really nice, is that at the start of the episode, I really, like, before watching this episode, I had no idea how they were gonna manage to split everyone and make it look nice, sound coherent, consistent, and whatever. And I felt like for everyone among the main, like EF5 plus Moraine, Lan, and Elaine, you have a nice real reason as to why someone is doing what they're doing by the end of the episode. Like Nynaeve staying in the White Tower when you could think that there's no reason why she would leave Egwene and Rand. Well, it's because she's been, like, people were complaining at the end of season 2 about her not being able to channel, or when we saw the beginning of the shredding, people were complaining that she was not channeling. It's like, yeah, but that's exactly why she's staying in the White Tower. That's kind of like the payoff. All of those moments where she was not able to do anything are what are making her realize that she needs the training of the White Tower and she needs to stick around to figure it out. So I like that.
So I'm just thinking, do we think she'll like break her block in this season? Because they can't really, she can't have a block for like half the series, or
I'm curious whether, so in the books the block is kind of a one-off thing, but it may be like a progression instead. Like for example, in season 2 she was able to channel a little bit when she was trying, what's her name again? She was channeling with Elaine for that yellow sister, Rima. Yeah. She was able to channel. She just wasn't able to control it and got afraid. So progressively learning to handle it, and maybe having those moments where she's not really sure, like she doesn't fully control how much power she's putting into it or something like that. So I don't want, for example, to just have a click and then everything's perfect. Because that's like, especially considering that a lot of her block in the show is related to trauma because of what happened at the end of the season 1. Basically, she's afraid of the power she has and doesn't think anyone should have that power. She's afraid of what she can do with that. So it's not going to suddenly disappear, but she can progressively learn to manage that. Yeah. That's more what I'm hoping they're going. So yeah. I think it's a bit more for. It's a more realistic depiction of how to handle trauma, in a way. Yeah, and so a lot of people are gonna have to deal with trauma in this case because Egwene has PTSD. Egwene's PTSD was something that the books never really talk about, but it's really there.
That was great on screen. It looked really good. Love that.
Yeah, it's I appreciate how they're like handling that and not just like trauma is not, that was in season 2, we don't remember that now.
That was 2 books ago. That doesn't exist anymore.
No. Only Rand gets to have PTSD.
Yeah, that's only Rand gets to be cold and have problem and issues, and everyone should like be careful with him. But everyone else, nah, you're fine. Yeah. No, I feel like they're all with a bunch of trauma. Same thing, Matt. I love what they did with the scene with Matt and Nynaeve.
Yeah, that was good.
Because that's another character who kind of likes some emotional depth in the books. And I think they're giving him a little bit more of, like, he's definitely a lot more worried about what's going on with his head and his memories than in the books. While still being a funny character, like the contrast between the two is very nice. So yeah.
Daniel was asking, what did y'all think of Matt's memories and that trauma? I think that was very well portrayed. I mean, he's not just having the memories of great generals that make him like himself a great general, but he remembers all the horrors of war, people dying, and it's not just military strategy he remembers.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he says, but there's a moment where he says to Nynaeve that is basically trying to stay busy and keep things loud, because whenever there's a quiet moment, then he can hear things. And those are things he doesn't understand, and those are like bad things. That's why he's drinking. That's why he kind of has this hyperactive thing where he can't stay in a place doing nothing. He has to stay busy. So,
and I loved all they were playing Snakes and Foxes. Matt had the Snakes and Foxes dice like later on, just like at the end of the episode, and we got the redstone door frame. So I
excited for that.
I need Finland.
I need it so much. I mean, see, that's one of the reasons why I shouldn't have looked at casting on IMDb and this kind of thing. But apparently, someone got cast as an Elfin. So, yeah. So something is gonna happen this season. I don't know exactly what, but that thing that people have. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that because I didn't look through all the IMDb stuff. I just like saw some of it and I was like, that's not gonna look at it. I mean, I am expecting Finland.
Me too.
So we have been talking like earlier episode if they're gonna merge the Snakes and Foxes, but it doesn't feel like they're gonna do that now.
I don't know.
Maybe they live in the same, like, maybe there's not that many spaces, or it's not a Elfin world and an Elfin world, but
the
Snoxes are fixed.
Yeah, I don't know, for example, whether we're gonna see, like, for Matt he goes through 2 redstone door, like twisted red door. In the books, Moraine and Rand go through one. Like, we're not gonna get all of that for sure.
No.
I don't know. I don't even know whether there's a character who's gonna see them twice or only once. But, like, for example, with respect to Elfin versus Elfin, I don't see why in the same space you couldn't have both creature in a way, because the distinction between the two is very much a book thing that doesn't really have any impact on the rest of the story. So,
and I mean, in book 13, right? Spoilers. We do have both the Elfin and the Elfin in the same space, so they can reach each other even if, like, the redstone door frames go to different parts of their realm or different tower.
It's like in the books, they get access to different mean and they answer different things. But I don't think the distinction is particularly needed in the show.
No.
So we'll see.
That is what I'm most excited for, because the Finns are my favorite fantasy like creatures ever. So I want to see more of them in the books.
I'm so excited for this season because I'm also on some Discord where there's a mix of people who don't intend to read the book and people who have read the books. So we're able to talk about book stuff in specific channel, but sometimes it's hard not to make a joke about Finland in the general thing. And after this season, there's a lot of topics that finally we will be able to talk to people who haven't read the books.
Yeah,
we've been very careful, for example, about things going on in the White Tower, in the Shadow Rising, because of people who haven't read the books. And now it feels like one less risk of spoiling someone about something very important.
Yeah, so we got a lot of Black Sisters in this first episode.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a lot of the new named characters were actually Black Sisters.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So you talked about the trans Aes Sedai. Do we know what Aja and character she's playing?
I mean, she was casted as Lelaine.
Oh, nice.
So pretty significant character.
Yeah.
However, in the casting announcement, it's also said Lelaine, Keeper of the Tower, and we know who's the Keeper right now, and we know where Lelaine is supposed to be later on. So what exactly is going on there? We don't know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a big name Aes Sedai at least.
Yeah.
Cool. He's counted at least 3 Black Aja who stay at the tower.
Yep.
Yeah, so Galena, Alviarin, and who's the third one?
Verin.
Oh.
I don't like talking about that because I'm always afraid of someone dismissing the full spoilers show banner. But hey, have you seen that Ali from Will Takes now finally knows about Verin?
Oh,
so there's no risk of spoiling her anymore.
Good.
We can talk about green dresses and tea and yeah. Oh, there's also Sheriam. True.
Sheriam. Did we get a Sheriam?
I don't think she's in season 3 actually, because I remember a season, like when season 2 came out, there was an interview from Sheriam's actress saying that she wasn't in season 3, but she had to come back in season 4. Like she I think it was a scheduled conflict for season 3.
Right.
So yeah.
Of course we have Sheriam.
But I mean, like when you look at the number of Black Sisters compared to the number of Aes Sedai, like I think in the books 25% of the sisters are Black. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I was saddened by Naomi. I didn't know she was gonna be Black. I wasn't expecting it. So
do we? Okay, like Baron spoilers.
Yeah.
But, do we think it doesn't feel like Baron knew about her?
My theory, so I'm not entirely sure whether Swan asked her to protect the 13th depository. However, my theory is that maybe she knew from the Black Aja that there was going to be an attempt against that and was trying to prevent it and was not expecting Naomi to be from the Black. That's kind of my vibe. but I could be wrong. It's who knows what Verin knows.
No. So when Naomi was like channeling, mind attacking them, it looked sort of like Verin blocked some of it, or while
I think Verin blocked some of it, but wasn't able to block anything for Adelias. Verin was probably a lot more on her guards than Adelias, because Verin knew that there was going to be a black sister attempt right now, and I don't think she explained that to Adelias. She just said that they needed to be protected. And she, like, they got into the room, and before she even got the time to explain what was ongoing in the tower, Naomi attacked. And while Verin is perfectly aware that the Black Aja is a thing, and that as a result other sisters can try to harm you, maybe Adelias was a bit too naive about that yet and wasn't ready.
Who's Naomi?
The short brown sister.
The one who betrayed Verin and Adelias and destroyed Adelias' mind.
Right, in the 13th depository.
In the 13th depository.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Gideon, what was your favorite thing from
Gideon?
I don't know. I did appreciate the way they introduced the bubbles of evil as a Lanfear thing, because bubbles of evils are weird in the books, and they're supposed to be weird, but I think that would be kind of strange to just introduce it into the TV show. So I much preferred the way they did it by having it be a Lanfear thing,
giving the Forsaken more power.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and explain the weirdness happening by, well, it's a Forsaken or Chosen. I like that they had a distinction between Forsaken and Chosen as well, that Lanfear is talking about herself as a Chosen rather than a Forsaken. That's a good one.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Nice.
And I really liked that. Well, the Grey Man, that's not my doing. That there's only one person who can do that, and then we get the Gideon thing. So I appreciated that.
That was so creepy. Do you want to be grey?
I love it.
It was very well done.
Yeah.
By the way,
I love Gideon.
It's something we didn't get on the record when we were talking to Rafe, but at the end of the interview, we kind of asked like whether all the Forsaken were using the same dials and for Lanfear, because Lanfear has a Dry Queen one, and he was like, no, there's different dials for every Forsaken. For Moghedien, it's a psychotic one. So are you more or less psychotic in this scene? And I think the dial was very high on that scene.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was a little bit hard.
Fingertips of Moghedien is, and that was a telltale for the Greyman as well. They had blackened fingertips, so I like that.
Yeah. And poor, she pronounced Joachim a little bit weird. People when we were in the theater were like, "What name is it? Is it Jaichim,
something like that."
Yeah.
I watch with subtitles, so
I was like, okay, that's Caradon. That's Bors. He must have run out of family for the Chosen to torture, so now he's paying the price.
What did he do?
And it's not like Moghedien cares about the proper pronunciation of Caradon, whatever. You're a Grey Man now.
But you need to say you want it. Consent.
Consent is important, even from a Forsaken.
I'm not going to stop until you consent, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
That's not how consent works, Moghedien. But that was a really, really creepy scene. Just like they're going all out on the spider,
Yeah.
Spider
vibe. I really wasn't expecting Jaishim to become a grey man.
Yeah, so I mean, Rafe promised us one new shadow spawn, so I think he said we're not getting the drug car, unfortunately, at least not in this.
Yeah, as they can't justify the cost yet.
No.
But one day, maybe.
Hopefully one day.
He promised one, which then would be the Grey Man. Does that mean we don't get the hounds? The
Dark Hounds.
The Dark Hounds.
I mean, he didn't say that there wouldn't be more. He just said we're getting a new shadow spawn this season. What's that? How many Grey Men have we seen in the background? As many as Aiel.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I think you and I just talked about this, Aggie, that like when the animated furry animals on screen, I think that's very difficult to get to look good. Yeah. So if they're gonna do Dark Hounds, I hope use, as I think you said, use real big black dogs or something, or don't just CGI it, because I feel that usually just looks like crap, even with a really good budget for CGI and everything. It's difficult to feel right.
And so far they've been really good at building shit. We don't want to CGI this, so let's build a village and then burn it down, build it again. So
and destroy it again.
And destroy it again. I have full faith in everything.
But also, I thought about this as well, as that Dana says the books of Grey Man are not shadow spawn. I thought about that and was wondering if but it feels like since they're Mogedian creation, they feel like they're getting into the shadow spawn category. But it might be one of those misinformation things.
I mean, in the books, they're not created by anyone, I think.
I don't remember.
I think it's just it's soulless man, people who have given up their soul. But I don't remember exactly how they get created, but I don't think it's a specific Forsaken creation.
I'm good or checking the wiki as
Grey
we
men,
speak.
also known as soulless, are not constructs, but men, and sometimes women, who have given their soul to the Dark One.
Yeah.
But they are creatures of the shadow.
Yeah.
Unlike most types of shadow spawn, however, Grey Man is not a construct. Sort of. But they are shadow spawn in the wiki.
Yeah. Just not created by it's men who turn to the shadow. So but I think the big lore change is that instead of just being men who have given their soul to the Dark One, and we don't really know what the process is, those are men created by specifically Mogedian. And I think it's interesting to give it's a nice way to give a specificities to different Forsaken. Lanfear, that's not a vibe at all to deal with that kind of Grey Men, for example. But
we've been going on for quite some time. But I want to talk a little bit more. I love the scene with Rand and Moraine, where she just you're not a child, Rand. Where she's asked, what I really want? I want to go home. And the pain in Yosha's eyes when he says that, I thought that was such great acting. I really love that scene.
It's a big theme for Rand to just want to go home. and that's it. And he knows he
And
can't.
it hit so hard when Moraine just said, "There's no homecoming for you, like not now, not ever." I was like, that hurt.
Yeah, that hurt. I did find it funny that she was like, "What do you think your farmers are going to do against an army of Shadowspawn?" And I was like,
"You wait and see.
Wait and see. Watch and find out."
And I also like how that ties into the way he reacts by the end of the episode, saying, because Moraine thinks he's going with her to do what she wants, and he said, "Nope, not doing that. I'm going to the Aiel Waste instead."
Yeah, that's something I do want to talk about, like Rand's relationship to the Aiel. I did love how they are bringing it up, or they are bringing up his decision of going to the Aiel, because he mentions the prophecy, he mentioned having to go to Tyr, he mentions the people of the dragon, which he doesn't know yet what they are, and also like there's this whole identity that he doesn't know about regarding the Aiel, and Avienda, Ben, and Chiad not particularly helpful in explaining what that means.
No.
I do love Elaine kind of smoothing the edge between Avienda and Rand. That was very funny. But I think like his discussion with Elaine in particular was his decision of, okay, there's the people who apparently wants me. I need an army. Maybe let's start there. So yeah,
I think I like all the characters were really spot on for the first episode, and it's like, oh
gosh, I love Elaine so much. It's something very funny to me, because when I read those books as a teenager, I loved Elaine. My first pseudonym online was related to Elaine. It was like a mix of a few letters of Elaine's name. And when I joined the fandom, nobody could stand Elaine apparently because of some bad thing, and I was a bit sad. But now everyone seems to love Elaine in the show, and I feel vindicated so much.
I love how Kara is playing Elaine. I'm not an Elaine fan, but I mean, she's going to be a great character in the show.
Listen, Elaine and Avienda, I was very happy with that. I'm like, yes. It's Elaine is my girl in STEM, okay? She's a tinker. And she fucks women. How can I not like her?
I think she's gonna have a great dynamic, both with like Avienda and then with Nynaeve and Tenchi.
Can't wait to see more of her. Love her. Yeah.
But she's probably never going to be my favorite character. Unless the show changes that for me, but...
I never know exactly what to put as favorite. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have many favorites. I'm never great at ranking people, but usually in my A tier list, there's often like Egwene, Elaine, Moraine, Swan, Nynaeve sometimes. The boys I care a bit less, but that's me. So
for me it's...
I still love them. But yeah.
Matt, Rand, Nynaeve, Min. Uno.
Yeah.
That's my top 5.
Yeah. Min, I'm so excited to see what they're gonna do with her this season.
She's probably one of the characters that's most different from the books. At the moment. But I also love Kai Alexander, so
yeah. They gave her a bit more of an edge in a way. And it's gonna be interesting. It's interesting to have a Min that doesn't accept the power compared to book Min that was very confident about that and knew the answer in a way.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where they take her.
Yeah.
Right. Probably should start to round off a bit. Any like final thoughts on the episode. What my favorite line, I think, from the episode, or one of them, was Loyal going just at the end, we leave at dawn. Why do people always want to leave at dawn? Why not after a hearty breakfast? I was like, yes.
Breakfast. I love that. Very loyal.
Breakfast.
Yep.
Finally, someone who appreciates that you need
appreciate breakfast people
in the morning. So
yeah,
I'm team Loyal, definitely. I'm happy to get up early, but I need my breakfast time. I need peace and quiet and the good breakfast, and then we can go. Aggie, any favorites, moments, comments, fun shit?
I just love the portrayal of Donald and how he portrayed Matt, and the duality of his character in its current state. He has this facade of being funny and witty and all that, but he's hiding behind a tremendous amount of pain, and Nynaeve sees it, and we love all of that. So yeah, because that is a really, really strange thing to do, to join a season as a replacement of a main character and have that work so well. So all kudos to Donald for doing it so well.
Yeah.
Camille, we can talk about everything forever, but any final thoughts for today, and then we get to see 2 more episodes tomorrow.
I'm just so excited. I haven't decided yet whether I'm directly going to jump into episode 2 and episode 3, or whether I'm going to rewatch episode 1 before watching episode 2. I just had a blast during that episode 1. I don't really have any criticism for it. I just enjoyed myself. So I'm looking forward to having even more fun with the rest of the season.
I think it's going to be bonkers.
Alana's ninja jump, Niels, you are so right. That front flip was insane.
Oh yeah, we haven't even. We talked about the first half of the shredding last week, but yes, the second half of. Oh god, that was and how did not Leandro die? Good healers.
Yeah.
That's all you need in a D&D party. You need good healers, you need a tank, and you need some good spellcasters. Then you're set.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Great job, healers. You did your job.
And the little rogue gray man can just go and stab. Yes, and stabs. Right. As I said, I think we should round off this episode, but thank you all for tuning in. So happy to see you again, Camille.
Yeah, it was fun. I need to do that more often. Yeah.
And we will be back next week, and then we'll talk about the first 3 episodes.
Woohoo.
It's kind of weird to be doing the show on a Wednesday, because then everyone would have had almost a week to.
That's good. You have a week to digest.
It's true. And just talk about what's going to happen tomorrow when we get the next drop. So Dana Lou is asking if we play D&D.
We play D&D, yes. Not a whole lot of tabletop D&D. We've done some of it, but mostly online games. Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate, stuff like that.
Yeah. I used to have I played a little bit of D&D, a few campaigns of D&D during the pandemic. I don't have a group currently. I am still very fond of my Redemption Paladin, He was such an imbo. Love him. Currently, I'm playing Blades in the Dark too. So we are criminals with a gang. We are making doing some contraband thing. It's fun.
I would love to play more D&D. I've only played IRL tabletop ones, and that was one shot with our dear wise one Shelley when we were in Canada, and Kevin and their friends. So I mean, if anyone want to do D&D online and have a group or something,
you should talk to Roof Mistress Lee. Because they have a D&D group, and I think at some point they were looking for new players recently, so could be time to shoot your shot.
If anyone wants to play with some noobs, give us a shout. I would love to play some online D&D on European time.
Or maybe we should do like one shots during like a convention.
I mean, if anyone can DM, because I cannot DM.
I could DM for a one shot, but probably not for a campaign. I don't have the time for that. But yeah.
So yeah, we'll just leave it there.
One day maybe.
And we can continue that discussion on all the Discords or wherever. Just tag us. I would be happy to join any type of like D&D like roleplay game. Okay, is the end of the show. We'll thank you all for joining us in chat. Stay safe in the Flickerverse. Have fun tomorrow. We're all very, very excited, and we'll talk about everything that happened next week.
Yeah.
See you next week, everyone.
See you next week.
See you. Bye.